Guys, Mars Thinking here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so lately, all of the discussion and focus has been about the Part 2 LR for Golden Week. Who is it going to be? There's been a lot of speculation. This video is actually going to be, it's recorded on Saturday, but going up on Sunday, because I'm going away. And therefore, the data download might actually have already happened, and the Part 2 LR could have already been revealed, so that speculation could be over by now. But even so, the main focus recently in the community has been about the Part 2 LR. So I thought it'd be a good time to go back and look at the Part 2 LR for Golden Week from last year, which is, of course, the LR Bulma. Now, this unit came out, a lot of people were surprised that it was a Bulma, and then, of course, more surprised that she came out and basically was in contention for being the best unit in the game. When she released, you pretty much either had her or the LR Orange Piccolo at number 1. Piccolo previously had been at number 1 and had been for quite some time. And then, yeah, you could make the arguments that Bulma was number 1. Some people kept Piccolo at number 1, but either way, most people would agree that she was one of the best units in the game. So the reason why she's so good, because her links, obviously -4 link level 10 by now, of course. Her links are not the best. Now, on a Dragon Ball Saga team, she has like Incredible Adventure, Guidance of the Dragon Balls, obviously she has Fierce Battle. Brainiacs and Battlefield Diva is good for some other Peppy Gals characters, but her links weren't the best for someone like the big hard-hitting super teams. We are using her on a Power of Wishes team here with the 8-year LRs, so she is only getting a 170 lead. Her only 200% leaders are Yamcha and Path to Power Kid Goku. So Yamcha is still somewhat usable nowadays, right? But the Path to Power Kid Goku, not so much really. The reason why Bulma is so good, so she has an entrance animation, she gets 3 key and guard for 7 turns. Then she gets 4 key, attack and defense 177, randomly changes key spheres of a certain type, not STR, to rainbow, so she makes rainbow orbs. She gets 7% damage reduction at the start of each turn, up to 77%. Then she gets an additional attack and defense 17% per key sphere obtained, so she is a nuking style unit. She gets additional attack 77% with 3 or more key spheres obtained, gives all allies 3 key and attack and defense 37% for 2 turns with 5 or more orbs, and a guaranteed additional super with 7 orbs, and she greatly raises attack and defense on both of her super attacks. So getting that guaranteed additional is obviously really good, because it's another 50% raise on her defense. So turn 1 here on a 170 lead, we've got 272k defense, but we can get 8 orbs here. So that gives all the buffs, all the support, and then with that nuking style passive, she's up to 392. Now, of course, on the first turn, while she does have guard, she doesn't have all of that extra damage reduction or anything. So the first turn is where she could potentially get caught, at least if we're using her as we are here in slot 1. Now, remember, when Bulma came out, you could probably get away with running her in slot 1 in a lot of the events that were out at the time. Because even though turn 1's not her best turn, I mean, you can see there she's taking 100k from Yamu pre-super, and then doing a 7.7 mil, again, on a 170 lead team. Of course, the dismal future red zone coming out had a big effect on a lot of units, because enemies were hitting super hard straight away right from the start of the turn, especially if they were going to super in slot 1. But Bulma has always been a unit that's there for support. Now, she's so good, like, you could keep her on main rotation, just run her in slot 2, and then that support that she gives is for 2 turns. So she's not only supporting this rotation, but she's supporting the next rotation as well. Which is huge for us here. That is some big damage. Of course, we dodged the super straight afterwards. Okay. Huge damage on Mai there. Support being for 2 turns is huge, right? And if you keep her on rotation, it means as long as you can pick up 5 orbs with her each turn, that support is in play all of the time. Now, obviously on some teams, you're not going to want to run her on the main rotation. You're just going to be floating her, and she's going to be providing that support. At least she gives the support as soon as she gets the orbs, right? So the rotation that she's on is getting the support, and then the next turn will be getting it as well. But we are actually going to be able to go ahead and... I mean, it's kind of too early, really, to want to get the revive. Because of Yamu's health lowering ability, he can't kill you with it. So we've been lowered to 1 HP. Now, funnily enough, I can actually get... If I go ahead and let's do this. Goku survives KO attacks once per turn. So even though we're only on 1 HP, well, we'll get some HP from the STR orbs we're about to pick up for Vegeta, but, well, actually, no, because if I do this, we will die, or we won't die, and then we won't revive, which I kind of do want to do, although Goku gives a full heal. Well, let me just double check Goku's thing here, because he gives you, is it a full heal? Recovers 59% HP when HP is 40% or less at the end of the turn once only. Yeah, so actually, if we do this, Goku survives the KO attack, then Vegeta kills, unless Goku does it himself, Vegeta kills the enemy, and then we won't revive, but we get the heal at the end of the turn, and then we're all good for continuing on without getting the revive too early. Not that it really matters too much, because this event isn't super difficult, but it means we will also be able to go into the standby with the Buu duo as well, which would be pretty good, because they can potentially get caught as well. I can't believe I swear, I said this before recently, I swear at least one video every day I have the actual living example of the eat the super, dodge the normal, like, meme every single time, and it happened again, like, there, so unsurprising. You can be sealed, so yeah, we'll definitely get Mai to seal up him so we can't get supered. Then we'll go ahead and do this, get our support, get the seal on you, and then go for you with the Buu duo. Of course, we don't get the revive because Goku gave us the 59% heal at the end of the turn. Bulma with the dodge, let's go. So yeah, I didn't show the build for my Bulma, we can have a look at it here in a moment, but I did build Bulma for full dodge because essentially she's not on the team to do damage, right? She's there to be the support, but it is good that when you're getting the 7 orbs, you get the guaranteed additional super. So considering that she is on the team to provide that support specifically, she still does relatively good damage, right? She's not doing like, you know, 3 million attack stat or something. So she can still look very, very good in terms of doing a decent bit of damage on top of being very good defensively, because that damage reduction builds up over time. Now, after 7 turns, she does lose her guard, but at that point she has 77% damage reduction. So especially post-super, her defense can get up to a relatively decent amount. It all depends on the number of orbs you pick up, of course. And that brings us to her active skill turn, which is another crazy buff that she can get, because she changes the entire field to STR orbs, as well as giving a bunch of buffs to all allies. I'll go through the details when we actually use it, but because she's a nuking style unit, changing the entire field of orbs means that she's going to be picking up 23 orbs, right? So if she's getting 17% attack and defense per orb, she gets an extra 391% attack and defense on that turn, which is pretty strong. So I think we'll do this here. We'll float you off because we don't want the revive too early. But yeah, these guys all on this rotation getting 80% support is kind of wild. In fact, by floating off this Vegeta, I can't remember if their standby does have a turn restriction, actually, I believe, doesn't it? So we won't get GT Vegeta on the same turn as Bulma, because seeing her juiced up with the 80% attack support would have been pretty good as well, to be fair. But all of these guys, of course, as we've already said, even though they're on the next turn, all getting the support from Bulma's passive, which helps everybody to shine that a little bit more. 23rd World Tournament Goku is not going to let me down here, is he? He very much could. Alright, so we're on turn 5. We haven't had any build-up with him yet either, which is kind of awkward. But I mean, look at that. We get every link active except Legendary Power here. We can get 7 orbs for Bulma. What do you share with just Goku? So we got Incredible Adventure is attack and defense 7%, and Guidance of the Dragon Balls is attack 20% and crit chance. So that's what, like 27%. Whereas they share Solid Support, which is 15% attack, and Brainiac's is, I think it's attack and defense, yeah, 15%. So I mean, it's much better for Bulma to be in to have Mai next to her as opposed to Goku. Of course, if we'd managed to revive with the GT duo, we would be in a better spot now. But it is what it is. So let's go ahead and Try and take... I guess we could try and take out Barbody, because if Goku doesn't guard at the end here, it's going to be kind of awkward. But we'll do this. Goku's... Of course, it doesn't come into play. It didn't come into play very much when they first released. But I think, is it 23rd World Tournament, Goku and Piccolo both have effective against all types if there's only one enemy. Which at the time was basically all of the content that was available. But of course, in this instance, we don't. So him attacking Barbody is probably not going to do that much damage. But it is what it is. But yeah, Bulma still able to look very, very good. She should tank everything here now very nicely. I kind of hope that someone supers her here, but... There we go. So we're going to eat the Barbody super. He doesn't super for as much as Dabura anyway. So double digit damage. We definitely take that. We definitely don't want Mai or Goku really to get supered here, but I feel like that is on the cards. Yeah, Mai not getting an additional super here is bad. 77k. Okay. Well, as long as Goku guards, I think we should be okay here. Because I don't think Dabura doesn't have a Ki Blast super attack, so Goku can't counter it. Okay, 59k. Okay. Alright, well, Dabura just not going to super this turn, I see. Alright, well, we are going to be able to get some standbys off here. I guess theirs isn't turn related then, is it? No, it is for 5 turns. It must just run out on the next turn then. Okay. Well, that means we can go ahead and use theirs. So we can have these guys in slot 1. And then... do we even get an orb change? That was kind of bad. Do this. Let's go for... you get all crits after the Spirit Bomb, don't you? So let's Spirit Bomb you. And then just go in on Dabura. And then we can just have the GT duo kill Barbody here. And then we will have the Bulma active skill turn. Which is also very good for if you are running her on a Power of Wishes setup with the Boo duo. Because of course the Boo duo, you want to get a certain number of orbs to fully charge the Spirit Bomb. And by using Bulma's active skill, you're getting 23 orbs in that one pickup. And then of course we're getting all the rest of the orbs that everybody else gets as well, right, on that rotation. So very, very good. Oh, he does have a Ki Blast super, of course, because he flies towards them. And then I guess he does the Ki Blast. Oh, nice. Well, that works out quite nicely then, doesn't it? So, good stuff. So that means that 23rd World Tournament Goku can potentially negate Dabura's super. I guess maybe Barbody's doesn't count as a Ki Blast then. It's like the weird magic stuff. But either way, we'll take that. So the GT duo here will finish off Barbody. Dabura's already supered. And now we get to see the Bulma active skill turn against... is it going to be against Boo and Barbody? Are they going to kill Dabura here as well? Very possible. I was going to say, especially if we get the crit, which we do. Alright, so here we are, turn 7. We have the... Can we exchange? Is our health too high? It's too high by just, what, like 1% or something like that? That's unfortunate. Or actually, no, I think this is the GT duo that did already use it. Because getting the 80% support for Bulma here would be pretty crazy. So, we take a look at her active skill. Can be activated from turn 7. All orbs change to STR. All allies Ki plus 7 and attack and defense 17%. And attacks effective against all types for 1 turn. Now, 17% doesn't seem like a lot. But obviously, it's multiplicative. So, it's a pretty good increase. In fact, do we get to see... They're at 162 and they're at 287. If we go ahead and use Bulma's active skill. We didn't get the intro animation in the video, but I feel like I see it. It's one of those ones where I always forget to turn the animations off. And then when I see it, it's like, I didn't turn these off. I mean, it's not terrible, of course. It's just like, car pulls up, Bulma gets out. But the active skill, summon Shenron, and then our wish is granted. I don't know why we wished for a load of STR orbs, but either way, it works for me. So you can see here, yeah, they're up to 335. So they gained an extra almost 50k defense. And then what was, I forgot what hers was now, but pretty good. And then Bulma herself is at 318. Then we go ahead and we pick up 23 orbs, which puts our orb charge for the Spirit Bomb up, straight up to 40 now. And now Bulma has 723k defense with what is it now? She gets 7% damage reduction every turn, and she was on turn 1. So if we're on turn 7, I have heard people say that it's only the turns that she's on, unlike the ones with like Golden Frieza where he loses damage reduction even on the turns that he isn't on. So if it counts the turns that she's not on, she would have 49% damage reduction now, because that's for all 7 turns. Otherwise, she's only been on rotation for 4 turns, so she'd have 28% damage reduction. But even so, on this turn, she still has guard and has 723k defense. So we can go ahead and grab this, and then we can grab these. That puts us to 52 orbs collected for the Spirit Bomb. So I think, yeah, taking the super slot one here is really good. I want to see, I assume this will be double-digit damage, right? Type advantage, guard, damage reduction, 16k. Okay. I mean, again, like Bulma, I suppose, not supposed to be a slot 1 unit, even really on this turn, but she certainly can handle it. 13 million attack, then the additional is 8.8. And remember, all of this is with her being on a 170 lead. So if a new character comes out that gives her a 200% leader skill, like she's still going to be relevant for a pretty significant amount of time, I would think, right? So like I say, at first people were literally running her off lead and she could still survive taking like normals and stuff. So she's going to be relevant for quite some time. STR Mai is a unit that I thought was decent on release, because I think when I did her initial showcase, I got good RNG with her additionals. But man, she can be hit or miss, right? If you don't get that additional super and get the damage reduction, she can take damage even from normals. But I was surprised that she's actually even on Power of Wishes, so I brought her because she's of course a super class support unit, and she does give some extra links for Bulma that nobody else on the team is providing, so it does help Bulma to look significantly better. I mean, we have practically one-turned the Boo and Babidi here, depending on how many supers and crits these guys end up getting. Okay, well, I guess we will just go ahead and drop the Spirit Bomb. Who can pick up the most orbs here? We can get 6. So if we go ahead and do this, 55, and then let's drop the Spirit Bomb. So yeah, LR Bulma, still a very, very good unit 1 year on. Like I say, at the time that this video comes out, we might have already had the Part 2 LR details. I will be back later on the Sunday afternoon, so by the time this video goes up, I'll probably be home like a few hours after this. So if there has been news about the Part 2 LR, I will make a video going over all the details and my thoughts on it. Obviously, it won't be a breaking news video, but we'll go over my thoughts and everything. But finish this off here with the Spirit Bomb, 55 orbs. Yeah, we get a 33 million damage crit. And there's that beautiful thumbs up KO screen. So there you go. STR Bulma 1 year later. Still very, very good. Not got any sort of super meta relevant 200% teams, but even on a 170 lead team, she functions perfectly fine. A lot of people use her on like the Worldwide Celebration Blue Duo team, where she's getting the 150 for being a super class unit, and she still works on those teams. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of Bulma down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.